Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, Yanya, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani, baby, Sika educate. Ain't like you page, you know, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man source and the campo. Inspiration, motivation. Modern education. For Franada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika Deva. For Franada, Bema Jai, or don't come or Ekusika Deva. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, Casafa, Abumde, our real Punto. Sika educate, or don't come up, Rana, Yanya, who are true. Sika educate.
Hello, happy people. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the house. Happy Father's Day to all responsible fathers. So a lot of people seem to be taking this Happy Father's Day greeting as if they deserve it. But if you're not a responsible dad, if you are not your children's ride or die, if you're not the head of your home, instilling discipline whilst also loving your children and your family, this greeting does not belong to you. So happy Father's Day to all the responsible fathers out there. You don't have to be a biological dad. All the people that you inspire, all the people that you've been in a fatherly position to, all the people that you've advised, motivated, assisted in diverse ways to make them better people. Happy Father's Day to all of such men. And I pray for more of such men in our society to come. You see, a lot of men get upset when we're celebrating our mothers and it's Mother's Day this, Mother's Day that, there's flowers, there's chocolate, there's everything all over the place. Fathers feel left out. A lot of men say that children tend to celebrate the mothers more and disregard them, the fathers. But you see, the only thing that will make a child always talk about you, always celebrate you as a man in their life, is when you've laid down certain fundamental principles from the very beginning. A lot of people know me as a spoiled brat, a daddy's girl, my daddy's handbag, briefcase, whatever you want to say. It's not just for nothing that he just became the man in my life that I talk so much about. He's earned it. From the very day of my birth, he's earned it. And for the other 41 years after that, he earned it. He's laid down his very life for me. And my other 3 siblings is why we call him, we love him. You know, like if something were to happen right now, I get a phone call from my dad right now, I will drop everything. I won't even think about it, bat an eyelid, nothing. And I'll go running. Why? Because he laid down his life for me and for the family. I don't want this to become a thing where I'm talking and going on and on and on about my dad, but I'm just trying to use that as a means, as a mouthpiece to say that if you're a man and you want to have those accolades and have your children all over you and constantly calling you, having that relationship, you must sow a seed. There's planting time and harvesting time. You cannot reap what you haven't sown. If you don't plant that seed, if you don't sow that seed, believe you me, you are not going to reap any harvest. Right from the get-go, from day one, he was there, changing nappies, feeding me. I remember he's even got a thing on a scar on his thumb, which is as a result of me biting him. such that there was a lot of blood that got collected in that place, and it's kind of remained as a scar. So we always talk about it. Dad, do you remember when I bit your thumb? And it's because he planted that seed right from infancy. He was always there through childhood, helping with homework, all of that, till today. On my sick bed, he was there. In the hospital, he was there. Like, he didn't just leave everything to my mom to do. My dad cooked for us, right? He got us ready to school, drove us to and from school. Like, he invested his time and effort into myself as his first fruit, and the other 3 ones, my other siblings too, to today. And now it's not even just we, the children, that are benefiting from him. His grandkids are also getting the same benefits from him. They all look forward to going to see Grandpa Jerry, because Grandpa Jerry has sown a seed. So if you want to be celebrated, if you want your children to have that relationship with you where you're their heartbeat and they will do just about anything for you, you must sow a seed. Children never forget. I must have been a baby and I bit his finger and I sat on his lap and I sat in a pram and he would push me to my nursery, pick me up, all of those things. But I never forgot. It is why I have the relationship I have with my dad, and I love him more than sense. I am who I am because both him and his wife, my mom, sacrificed everything to make me and my siblings who we are today. The days when they lie on their bed and literally count their pennies. Okay, this will go to the electric bill. We have to pay this one's extra maths classes fee. We have to use this for that, and deny themselves everything. They were doing the hard work and we were just busy fooling around. It's why happy Father's Day to him. So for those of you who like to capture things that I've said here and, forward them on to them, I beseech you by the mercies of God. Today, I'm talking about something positive. Please take a snapshot of what I've said and send it to my dad and tell him, on behalf of myself, being the oldest one, and the other 3 girls, my siblings, that I love and adore so much, we want to say a big, massive thank you to him for everything that he's done for us over the years and continues to do. He is the head of the ship, and he's never relegated that position to anyone else. And so thank you, Dad, for everything that you've done. I am not going to turn this into a pity party. I could go that way, but I'm going to keep it short so it doesn't disintegrate into that. He's been there. He's been there every step of the way, the sacrifices. Even when I mess up, he's still there to pick up the pieces and help you to move on. What kind of a father is this? And so, guys, if you're listening to me, whether you're a father by biological means or not, if you want to have that recognition, you must first sow a seed. A person reaps where they've sown. That is what the Bible says. So if you want a bountiful harvest, plant good seeds. Children watch the way you treat their mom. Children watch how you respect or disrespect their mom and become that. They reproduce that to you. So if you want the report to be good, if you want your children to also one day stand somewhere and write a whole piece about you, which wouldn't be a bag of lies, but the plain gospel honest truths about who you were to them, plant that seed, sow that seed, and nurture that seed. Do you know how many chemistry and physics things that I didn't understand, that this guy would be up till the crack of dawn trying to help me do my homework? Do you know how many extra classes, even when he was tired and exhausted and didn't feel like driving, he still had to make sure that I got to my class and back? The number of hospital appointments, oh my goodness. The number of sleepless nights, especially me. I've been a pain in the backside. Big time. I know what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying. But guys, this is why I love him so much. It's why I talk about him at every opportunity. Is because of the sacrifices that he's made. Don't just be a sperm donor. Just throwing your things everywhere because, you can't. Once you're able to plant that seed and be the one that is responsible for that seed, then be prepared to invest in that seed. Be prepared to plant, believe in, nurture, encourage, motivate, inspire. Gosh, I could go on. Do whatever it takes. This whole thing about it's a mom's job to look after children, I disagree. It is the parents' job to look after children. All the single fathers out there that, for whatever reason, are the ones raising children, big ups to you guys, because you're doing a marvelous job. Your children might not say it as much. Your children may not even bother saying anything, but big ups to you, wherever you are. Well done for taking that mantle of being a mom and a dad all rolled up into one and performing it with excellence. May the heavens continue to inspire you, fill you up with everything that you need to continue to do what you're doing. It's not easy. Yes, it's true. Doing it by yourself, not easy. But some mothers do it on their own too. So you can do it too. If you really want to, if you seek the face of God and ask for every ounce of strength that you need, you can make it happen. But big ups to all the single dads out there that nobody seems to talk about that much. People forget about. All the single dads, happy Father's Day to you for doing it all alone. We love you. We cherish you. And I qualify this one more time. If you're just a sperm donor, I'm not talking to you, please. Don't come and take this blessing because it does not belong to you. I'm talking about the responsible, loving, attention-paying, fee-paying fathers in the house. They're the ones that I'm talking about here. If you don't do any of those things, if you don't pay your children's school fees, please stay out of my page. I am not talking to you. Because equally, I know fathers that are sperm donors. All they've done in this lifetime is to produce, finish. After they did that, they didn't bother what their children are going to eat on a daily basis, how they feed, what school they're going to go to, how anything is going to work. They don't care. I've seen fathers like that too. I know a lot of them very closely, to be honest, and I'm not impressed. So if you're one of those fathers that just thinks that because you've had issues with your baby mamas, that gives you a legitimate reason to shy away from your responsibility, shame on you. And I'm not talking to you. I know a lot of those too. Those kind of fathers feel like they're entitled to something, like people owe them something. And then one day when the mothers have struggled and toiled and done everything, and the kids become responsible adults in society. Now come and see who's trying to take all the praise and glory here. That boy, that doctor, he's my son, Did you ever pay any school fees? Were you ever there? When the kid was sick at night, who took him to hospital? Were you there? No. Did you even provide the means for this kid to be able to have what they want, even if you couldn't be present? No. How many times do you pick up the phone to ask of your son or daughter and find out how they're doing? So you haven't earned the right then to want anything. Some people want to claim this thing and feel that they're entitled to it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all the responsible dads out there that have made me the proud woman that I am today. I blame all the kids who do everything to look for their fathers who never cared about them. Exactly. I agree. But you know what? If you want to enjoy some of these things, that I am showering my father with, you must first plant that seed. For me, my dad is one of my best friends in life. I can tell him anything and everything. Anybody who knows me knows. If you want to have or go anywhere with me, you must understand that relationship between myself and my dad, because when I was going through the dumps, I didn't see you. It was him that showed up with his wife every single time. So the love is deep and there's nothing you can do about it. He's the only person that features on my table. See? Yeah, that is him. I love him more than sense, because there's nothing this man hasn't done. Like literally, if he could lay down his life for his kids, he'll do it without even thinking about it. That is why he's here. So if you want any recognition, if you want anybody to one day be able to say those things about you, you must first plant the seed. Don't ever think that if I'm an absent dad for the first 15, 16 years of my life, and now I suddenly appear and I shower my children with all these things, then that's suddenly going to make up for what you know you missed out on when it mattered. You did. You missed out on all the feeds and the staying up late and changing smelly diapers. You missed. And so, you can't expect to reap where you haven't sown. It is plain and simple. So guys, without wasting too much time and walking the talk, I know that you want to fight. I know. But today is Father's Day. I am not fighting with you today. You can bring your fight whenever else you want, but today it's all about the fathers. I love every single one of you. And it's not just my biological dad, who also happened to be the man who stayed for me and sacrificed everything for me to make me who I am and to give my siblings a fighting chance too, that I want to big up today. I want to big up all the uncles and my father's friends, my uncles, whether it was blood related or otherwise, who have equally been there for me. I have some uncles that I have blood relation with who never even bother picking up the phone to ask me how I'm doing. And I have other uncles that are not blood relatives of mine, who would not go a month without finding out how this crazy girl is doing. Even a text message to say, Sika, how are you? Means so much to me. And there's loads of them, lots of them. So to every single one of them, and I'm not even going to start naming names, you know yourselves. I love you so much. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for speaking words of faith and encouragement and motivation and support and every nice thing that you do. I love every single one of you. God bless you and happy Father's Day to every single one of you. Guys, I hope that with everything that you guys have seen on social media, those of you who are not yet fathers and aspiring to be fathers, and being inspired to do the right thing so that your children can one day have nice things like this to say about you. I hope so. So I'm not going to keep this video too long. I just wanted you guys to know. I know it's the end of the day in Europe, in Africa, and all of that, but we're still waking up. It's still 11:30 in the morning where I'm at. So it's still pretty much a whole day of celebration for all the fathers in the house. Happy Father's Day to you all. And we wish you many, many more years of happy fatherhood. Thank you for all the sacrifices that you've made and continue to make. Your children love you. I love my dad to bits, like I started last night. And yeah, the love has continued. Calling, texting, everything. I love you, Dad. Thank you for everything that you've done. God bless you all, fathers. Keep being who you are. Responsible, showing up, being present, being attentive, listening, supporting, advising your children, and mold them into responsible adults that never forget the people that laid down their lives for them. Have a lovely day. God bless you, fathers, and happy Father's Day. Mwah! Bye-bye.